Cops of Reddit, have you ever stopped anyone well known? It really went down on my first time working alone. I had made it past the rough part of my shift and was watching the clock when I spotted this crazy red Ferrari speeding down a packed road like it was their personal track. I caught them going 25 miles over what was allowed. I flipped on my lights and pulled it over near a strip mall where people were already starting to stare. The car was ridiculous. Custom detailing, blacked out rims, and the license plate said Influencer in all caps. I got out and walked up to the window, but before I could even say anything, the driver had his phone out and was scrolling on it. He looked like he had stepped right out of some TikTok mansion. Weird pineapple-style hair, bright white turkey teeth, and a designer hoodie that probably cost more than my paycheck. He did not roll the window down at first, just stared at his screen and smirked. When he finally did, I asked for his license and registration like usual. He laughed and said, "Do you know who I am?" I told him I didn't care, but instead of going quiet, he started going on about his 4 million followers on TikTok and how I was about to be part of his awesome content if I let him off. But I didn't listen. I kept it professional because that's what we're trained to do. I explained the violation and asked again for his documents. That is when he switched tactics. He offered me a shout out, said he could totally help my career if I let him off, but I wasn't letting up. I told him I was writing the ticket. That's when his whole face changed. He got more aggressive. He started scrolling through his phone showing me videos of him with actual A-list celebrities. He said, "Look, I can make you famous overnight. Why be difficult?" Like he could not believe I was not impressed. I had just finished writing the ticket when he flung open the door and got out without permission. I will admit, I got a little nervous given this was my first solo shift, but I told him to get back in the car. Well, he ignored me completely and pulled out his phone. Before I knew it, he had started live streaming. He waved the phone around like a weapon and yelled, "Guys, this cop is harassing me for nothing. ACAB, ACAB." And I could see people at the strip mall pulling out their own phones to record. My heart was pounding, but I tried to stay calm. I asked him one more time to give me his license and registration. That's when he told me to screw off, that he was above this legal nonsense, and started taunting me, saying I should be thanking him for the publicity. I warned him that if he continued to refuse, it would lead to more charges. He laughed this demented little rat laugh and said, "I'll get you and your whole family fired, Lil in word." That's when I called for backup, and while I was waiting, he started getting personal. He told me I must have become a cop so I could harass people, because deep down I was a creep who wanted to do that and had to find a way. Many other cops would have likely just arrested him or tackled him by now, but I wanted to avoid violence at all costs. However, that proved impossible when he shoved his phone right up in my face while ranting to his live stream. Then he got close to me. I clutched on my weapon just as a way to warn him, but instead of retreating, he started shouting I was a pig and got even closer. He yelled that I was an ant compared to him and that I wouldn't dare use force. He got even close and actually reached his hand out to push me. That was it. I told him he was under arrest for attempting to assault an officer and failing to comply with lawful orders. He flipped instantly. He started full-on screaming, "Do you know what my lawyers will do to you? My followers are watching this live." I cuffed him while reading him his rights. Backup arrived right as I was walking him to the cruiser. During his entire drive to the station, he kept talking about how once he's free, my career was done. And little did I know, he was not joking.